Here is the day, and now is the time for a no BS story. An earlier digression. We the people have our own kind of poop, which is also consumed, but that's another story for another day. The purpose of this pooprosal is not without some prostration, but rather in lighting up where the sun don't shine, sunshine. We, as in the royal we, in case there is any confusion, are about to have the shit-eating grin cleaned off the image in the mirror, which we feel are so often blamed by, or are shamed by, or even known to should on you, and even others talking in the mirror, another you, or commonly known as ego, or stinkin' thinkin'. Like it or not. It's not that we have shit for brains, but our clone was fucked with as we came into the realm. Special TP is used for this memory wipe, with this being our last and greatest mission of all time that has never happened. Party on, dude. For clarity's sake, people also refers to the singular as well as the plural tense of usage. For even greater clarity's sake, from my humble opinion, it ain't about them and never was. It's all about me. You, me. Me, you. Whatever. Just a different reflection in the mirror of life. It is the mission, remember? One may think this a bit narcissistic, or not. Dealing with my own shit with integrity, compassion, and humbleness, all while in a constant state of gratitude, is then reflected in the greater whole. As within, so without. Or something like that, eh? Then again, if it was a whole and not a whole, then I could just flush everything and not have to take accountability or responsibility for my action. Wha fucking who? Not. Now that is narcissistic. No covert narcissism, just plain old, overt, me, me, me. Psst. Got a tip for ya. My dad used to have a saying, shit or get off the pot. 'Cause I'm telling you right here now, the shit has hit the fan and the royal flush is a-comin'. All them fence sitters, all them bump in the night ankle biters, and all them politicians, even the pizza and donut pigs, etc., etc., et fucking cetera. They are in for the ride of their illusionary non-existence. They are going stardust, sunshine. Stardust. Again, I digress. Back on point. Focused intent, grounded, centered, 3 breaths, being the tree. Feeling my roots deep and wide in mother, sensing my trunk and the radiant love I emanate as love flows through me, gathered by my branches and roots. My branches towering over the mountains and pierce the clouds. Now I got my shit suit on for stepping out amongst the people, being in it and not of it. We have a choice. Sewage seeping from your shorts and energetic body, or leaving golden footprints as we walk the talk. You are guaranteed to never have a long strand of TP stuck to you once you flush the shit suit, necktie and rings for au naturel. Your only chance is getting back to your roots. Psst. Here is another tidbit. When we be the tree, we unplug from the matrix. And it really fucks with the matrix when we are rooted in love and intend love to all. Just saying, eh? As I was saying, back to the pooperous of getting one's poop in a group. Here is an analogy, if I may. Thank you. SHIT. Ship high in transit. In the day, these were the shipping orders aboard wooden-hulled ships when transporting dried sacks of horse turds when being transported to market. Yes, as I was saying, there was and is a market for poop. Today, it comes in many supersizes, vials, pads, doodads, bling, cha-ching, flings, dingalings, flavorings, and the list goes on ad nauseum. And this is our shit. We need to be aware of it, 'cause the stench would make a dog vomit. Or is that God? I always get those two confused. Anyway, as I was saying, focused intent. Yeah, right. So where was I again? This is part of the shit pile too, come to think of it. Too much stinkin' thinkin' with my head up my arse. Mighty hard on the neck, not to mention the unbalanced harmony with the three brains of the mind, heart knowing and gut knowing, aka spirit mind or intuition, being all bent out of shape. Let's just say anything that is an imitation of the real thing is crap for you. So getting back to the ship and handling dried shite. Well, if the wooden-hulled ship ever took on water, the road apples would hydrate, and the not-so-well-hung dung would flung the ship down the proverbial toilet. But shit happens. We each have our own ship to sail, and how much of our cargo has no modern-day value, no longer serves us, originates from epigenetic influences, their now affects your now, 'cause all now is now. Environmental alterations, past lives, and even past events from this life all have a hand on the rudder. CPTSD, ADHD, OCD, SSDD, God with a little g, DNA, PTA, FEMA, NASA, CIA, USA, MIA, DOA, WTF, Like how in the world am I to navigate a bucket of shit through that? Well, that's deep. Jump ship. Stop playing the game as you can. Reclaim your authentic shipness and grab hold the rudder by taking action as you are guided to be. If the path has hearth, follow it. Otherwise, it is just another distraction to the pit of despair. I already have my initials carved deep and wide there. No need to return. It holds no thing for me, and those lessons have served me well in showing me what I do not want, and in so doing, I can see what I need to be. First law is free will. Therefore, Do no harm to self or other reflections of self in all dimensions. Secondly, you ain't no bucket of shit, sunshine. Your lens just has the shitty outlook from the smudges of others' be-lifes, assumptions, and fear, false evidence appearing real, which is often a feeding tactic of the loosh farming. Fight, fuck, and freeze are all part of the loosh pizza factory. Did I mention professional sports? And the Royals? No? Well, I won't, in case it upsets some persons. Third, I know in my heart you ain't no turd. Granted, it may seem absurd, but hey, has it ever occurred to you? You are worth it. I dare ya. In fact, I double dare ya to go now and look in the mirror and look yourself lovingly in the eyes, in the mirror on the wall, or in the world, and feel the love you have in those eyes. Seeing the I am that is you perhaps for the very first time ever. So all that stuff that came up, no, not that, the emotional stuff, the feelings, that is the place of real buried treasure, and that too is where the lotus is rooted deep within. When we have only stars to guide us on a cloudy night while navigating this realm, it comes with challenges. The feeling are the guideposts. Just ask yes or no for any question and feel it in your gut. Ask and the answer is given. Do not ask any angels, gods, deities, whoever, what fucking ever. Their cloaking and deceit is the best in the known galaxy. Keep it simple. Number 1, you. Number 2, Mother Earth in her true and natural form. Number 3, the heart connection with the one and only true source of creation, Great Spirit. No imitation allowed. Consent withdrawn. We have been disconnected through many tactics for millennia and are now realizing we are no longer chattel, and nor is our loosh, DNA, or anything else for sale or unauthorized use. We have been given shit for all that has been stolen, swindled, sacrificed, in other words, snafued. SNAFUED. In being authentic to self, we dump the load and sail on. In Lakech, Alakin.